Good morning, Falcons. Mr. Leva here. I am running today's morning meeting. Today is Tuesday, May 4th. May the force be with you for the Star Wars fans in the building. So, today's objectives are for you to learn about my personal experience in high school and learn from some of our Falcons in our high school. Okay, so here is the agenda we're going to try to follow. And here's the first one type. What are some things that you are looking forward to high school and why? So this might be fun, learning about certain things, Friday Night Lights if you like some football, dating, whatever it is, please share it in the chat. Advisors, pause at this time and wait for students' answers. And welcome back, Falcons. So let me share my personal experience about high school. Just for those of you um, that don't know, I grew up in a very small town, very small town. I grew up in the state of Tabasco in Mexico, and I was 14 years old when I came to the United States. I talk about this in my class, so I'm adding this into my morning meeting. But the pull factors that brought my family to the U.S. were those working jobs, better education. That's what my mom wanted for us, for her kids, right? Um, so I came to Denver. It was a big change, and I posted this picture um, a Buck's life because this is how I felt coming to Denver. I came to this big, massive city, and I just didn't know where life was taking me, and it was so exciting, right? So um, as much as excitement this was, one of the things my mom always told us was don't trust me. You don't know why people are here. You don't know why they came from another country. You don't know who people are. Don't trust people. It's always something that she always wanted us to be cautious to go to school, come back, and don't be talking to people that you don't know, right? So I went to the Alameda High School. Okay, so I moved from a relatively smaller school, about 300 kids in my middle school, where I went in Mexico, to a big high school. I went from 300 to over 12,000 students in my high school. Okay, another big change, as you can see here, is the snow. I came from a very humid place to think of Florida, and I moved to Denver in the cold, and it was just big transition. This was big change for me. It was something that I was not expecting, but that's something that I had to go through, right? And some of the things that I started noticing about my high school is that they had rallies. There was a lot of fun, in the hallways. There was sports. There was support from your teachers, and it was a good experience in the high school. Um, this is something that I saw. But one of the things, the obstacles that kind of blocked me from appreciating and getting into my high school experience was the fact that I didn't speak English. I was coming from a new country. I didn't speak the language, so I had to be put into the program called ESL. The ESL program uh, is called English as a second language. So I was part of this program. There's about 40 students in this program, and these were people from all over the world, from Colombia, from China, from Chile. There was people from Japan. There was people from all over the world, and these were kids that were learning how to speak English together, right? So for about 3 years, I was in this program with the same people. So what would happen is that if if you were taking math, we all had to go and take math together, and there was a teacher that would help us because we didn't speak the language, and that's what we needed at the time. So 3 years, same people, same program. I got used to it. I got to make good friends with some of those people, and it was great. But then after the third year, as I going into my senior year, I am released out of the ESL program. And as you can see, I'm kind of got the Bucks team life here. I felt like this. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what? I had to go to classes by myself, no longer support. I felt like such a small person in this giant, like massive amount of people that were in my school. So in my last year, like I said, I get released from the ESL support and I had to do this on my own. Um, and I felt lost for the few months, the few first months. I felt lost. I was just like, man, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how I can do this. Um, that thing that my mom kept telling me: don't trust people, don't speak to people, don't make friends with people because you don't know, what people are here for. Kept coming back to me, and it was just such a difficult thing for me as I was trying to go um, into my last year, my senior year in high school. But I started meeting people, you know me now that like I can talk to people. I try to talk to everybody, try to be friendly with everybody. But back in the day, I was a shy person. I just didn't talk to people, and it was hard. So getting to know others was a difficult thing to do. So I'm gonna mention this guy. His name is Troy, and honestly I didn't even remember his last name. Troy was the coolest kid in our school. Like he was a wide receiver in the football team. He was in the basketball team. He was like in rallies, like you see in this picture. He would be one of the people that would dance or perform something. Like he was a cool dude, and like man, like he was cool. And like one of the things that like stuck to me was that there was one time that I have a class with him, and he sat next to me and he just started talking to me like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like, blah blah blah. He just started having this conversation with me, and I started building this relationship with him. And I got to know other people through him because he was such a friendly person. He will always be talking to everybody, and so he'd be like, "Yeah, man, come to the rally," or "Hey, try to come to the football team or to the football game if you can." We're gonna, the senior day, try to come to the, like, he was always a friendly person. Um, and as I went in my last 6 months of high school, I just wish I had taken the time to know people more. I had good grades. My academics was good. I had one teacher that supported me to go to college. I just wish that I had made the time to know people and to get to know people. Okay, that's just my personal experience. Now, here's the thing. I got to talk to some of the students that are in our high school, and so I asked some of them to share their experiences um, in high school. Okay, so you're gonna hear from four of our Falcons, um, because my personal experience was like 13 years ago. That's just my experience. I want you to hear from people who are in our high school of what are the things that they have learned, what are some misconceptions that they have, and what are some things that they have wished people have told them as they were coming as incoming eighth graders. So here's Kelly. She's a senior. She's class of 2022. Please pay attention to her video.
Hi guys, I'm Kelly. I'm a senior here and I've been here since sixth grade. And the most surprising part about high school has been just who I've become over these past 4 years. When I was an eighth grader, I never thought I would be passionate about what I'm passionate about today. And it's just crazy to see how much I've changed as a person. And yeah, just where life has taken me. And a common misconception that's not true about high school would be losing touch with your childhood friends or your middle school friends. It's kind of crazy. Like, as long as it's really easy to just stay in touch. Like, of course, you'll find your people, different people along the way, and like that'll come naturally. But you also do stay in touch with the people from middle school and elementary school. Like right now, I'm going to college with a friend that I've been friends with since I was in elementary school. So I never thought that was going to happen, but here we are. So that's, yeah, definitely not true that you lose touch. And something that I wish people had told me is how important, extracurriculars that you're passionate about, like how important it is to have those. Like, you don't want to go into one extracurricular like not really liking it, because it's not gonna look good if you stay there only 1 year. Like, find something that you really like and do a lot of it. If you like social justice, join multiple clubs that regard social justice. Find your own thing and yeah, do extracurriculars. Trust me, they pay off. And random facts that I want to share.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, I was a student athlete, and honestly, like, it's hard at times, and you do want to give up over time. But honestly, like, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made because it has taught me how to, keep up with schoolwork and manage my time properly. Because honestly, just you make it work. You find time, and it's amazing. And I know you guys will do great. Good luck on your journey. And yeah.
All right. So that was Kelly, class of 2021. Here's Margaret Cole. She's class of 2022. She's one of my first students that I had as I became a teacher here at Byers.
Hey guys, my name is Margaret and I'm a junior at Byers, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my experience as a high schooler at Byers. So one thing that has surprised me as a high schooler is the relaxed course load from freshman to sophomore years. Honestly, it's pretty easy and you don't have to worry about that a ton. One misconception that I had going into high school was that the teachers would be a lot less supportive than they were in middle school. And this is actually completely false. They're just as supportive, if not more supportive than they were in middle school, and they still deeply care about each of their students. And if I was an oncoming 8th grader, one thing that I wish people had told me about high school was to make more time for myself and spend less time worrying about my grades. Honestly, if you just do your work and study, you'll have no problem passing your classes. I hope this was helpful.
All right, and again, it was Margaret. She class of 2022, one of my first students here at Byers. All right, let's take a look at Ethan. He is a sophomore this year. He's class of 2023.
I'm Ethan. I'm a sophomore at this high school. And something that surprised me last year when I went into high school was just how relaxed it was compared to the high school, or compared to the middle school, where you would just have more freedoms. A misconception I feel like I had is that it'd be no fun. It's like all stress, just studying all the time, but it's actually been one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. If I was an oncoming 8th grader, I wish someone had told me that like it was going to be fun, and I would not have been, all pressured, whatever, in 9th grade to, I don't know, just like to be more relaxed and have more fun. I feel like I wish I would have joined more sports my first year of high school, though, because it definitely would have been more fun for me to meet people through sports and activities like that.
Awesome. All right, I'm still your favorite teachers, right, boys?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Mr. Lay was the best teacher.
Thank you.
I had to do that one for me, right? But here's Kale, class of 2024. He is a freshman, and he was my advisee last year.
Freshman at DCSD Byers High School. I think some things that have been surprising about high school is it's definitely more fun than middle school. You got a lot more options. You have a lot more freedom. I think a misconception that I had about high school is that it was going to be structured the same as the middle school, but I think there's definitely a lot more opportunity. And then, as an oncoming freshman going to the high school, I think I wish I would have signed up for more clubs or sports. And yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Freshman.
So, as you saw, these were some of the thoughts of some of our students that we have in our school. Okay. So, I just want to make sure that you guys
DCSD Byers High School. I think
a perspective from people who are in our high school. Okay, so here's some of my personal takeaways. High school can be a great experience. Okay, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Be yourself. Make high school the best years of your life so far. And even though you only have 1 month left of middle school, high school is closer than you think. So just make sure that you're doing your best. Okay, so here's the last turn time. What is one thing that you learn about high school from the videos? Advisors, pause at this time and hear from the students.